Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the flyweight bout between Alex Perez versus Sumudaerji. And how do I feel about this one right here is I'll go low confidence Sumudaerji to beat Alex Perez. So yeah, if this was a pure striking battle, I would feel much more confident in Sumudaerji. Well, I'm gonna say a little bit, or notably more confident. I'm gonna say that's a good way to say it. Notably more confident in Sumudaerji. I think he's a much better striker. And I'm not getting too caught up on MMA math. Charles Johnson got beat Sumudaerji in a close fight, and Alex Perez knocked him. I'm not getting all that. I think Sumudaerji is clearly the best striker, and Sumudaerji really hasn't had too much issues on the feet, especially not getting caught and TKO'd on the feet. So that's not really his issue. I feel the biggest issue for Sumudaerji, for the most part of his loss, have been grappling, and that's what the issue is. Perez, at one point was one of the more solid big grapplers in the weight class. Obviously, the flyweight division has gotten much bigger, just like every other weight class. Like at one point, welterweights were like 5'7" and 5'9", and lightweights were 5'9". Now you got like 6'3" welterweights and even 6'3" lightweights and some 6'5" welterweights and stuff like. And then they be filled out too, not just lanky and sucked out. But how you kind of, you see it has long skinny legs. They have like a big upper torso, or they might have a little torso and big leg. Oh, that's where it went. Yeah. But yeah, lightweights have. I mean, the flyweights have got all the weight classes got bigger, but flyweights got bigger as well. But when Perez used to be like 5. I mean, he's still 5'7", 5'8", or wherever he tall he is, 5'4", 5'5". Well, he's not 5'8". I think he's like 5'4", 5'5". But at that point, he was one of the bigger flyweights. Now when you look at the bigger flyweights, you think like 5'7", 5'8" flyweights. Those like the bigger flyweights. 5'5" is like average. So at one point he was a bigger flyweight, but now Sumudaerji like 5'7", 5'8". So he's on the lankier flyweights. And he's been working on the rest of them pretty well. I think he's a much better striker. I think he's been working on the rest of the defense pretty well. I think Perez will be one of the better wrestlers he has for one of the better ones. I'm not saying he's been the best wrestler he'll fight, but I think he'll be able to address the grappling on Perez, outstrike him. I think this is a competitive scrap, but I think Sumudaerji's going to do a good job of addressing wrestling for the most part. Probably holding him to about maybe 2 takedowns at most, and then maybe about 3-4 minutes control time. If that, I'll probably say really like around 3 minutes or less control time. And then the most fight will be the striking. I think Sumudaerji's going to be the much cleaner, much more efficient, much more accurate striker, and it's going to show. And I think he beats Perez by decision. But again, close fight. The wrestling definitely concerns me, but I'm not so concerned about him mixing the martial arts or the striking in general are mixed up. It's just purely the grappling that's give me some worry about. I think Sumudaerji will be able to address that, and he's working heavily on that grappling, offensively and defensively. And I think it will show in this fight, and I think he'll be able to outstrike him and beat him by decision. So address the grappling, outstrike him, beat him by decision. Still a close fight, could be a split decision type fight, but I think Sumudaerji will have done enough after 15 minutes. So in this one, I have Sumudaerji via decision.